Ron City versus Kthang'S war hit Harlem, things started to get hectic. A lot of casualties ended up losing their life in the war. Members such as Crazy Chris, Kane's best friend. After Kane had found out Chris was murdered, he couldn't believe it. He lost his right-hand man to the streets, his best friend. After Kane had lost Chris, he turned into a cold-hearted demon. And this right here was the birth of a demon. While Kane was riding through the Kthang'S area looking for ops, he had spotted Kthang'S Millie in the alleyway, and now it was time for him to hop out that car and get the get back for Ron City Chris. Kane had creeped up on Millie in the alleyway and had let off multiple shots. After scaring at Millie's lifeless body for a couple of seconds, he was shot. That was his first time killing somebody, and just like that, after killing Millie, he became a real factor in the streets. After Kane had killed Millie, he had to go to the docks and get rid of the gun, because that bitch was hot. And after that, he was making his way back to the Westminster Projects. He was gonna call it a night, his first body. But next thing you know, he was met with Max pointing a gun to his face. Kane wasn't scared at all, but he was confused. And the next thing you know, Max had off 2-3 shots, and he ended up shooting Kane in the chest. And this right here, where it was up to Kane catching his second body. Jealousy and hate, his own friend. After Kane had recovered from getting shot, all he had was murder on his mind. Kane had got connected with a local gun dealer named Rick in Chinatown. Rick had all type of selection of guns, but he had this one Glock 30 that Kane was fucking with. He bought that bitch, and now he was gonna be on Max Hills to get his get back. Kane was riding on his bike all the way through Queens looking for Max, but he couldn't find shit. But Kane wasn't gonna let that stop him. He wasn't gonna let up at all. So at night, he had spun back, and he had saw Max in the area. Kane had creeped up on Max just like he did Millie, but before he killed him, he got to asking him questions. This body right here was personal, and it wasn't just like it was any random op. It was his best friend, a guy that he also grew up with alongside Crazy Chris. His cousin C-Thing always told him to watch out for niggas, cause the people closest to him was gonna sneak him out. And everything that C-Thing said, it played out just like that. But without hesitation, Kane had caught his second body. That shit was crazy. He killed the guy that he had grew up with. But just like I said earlier in the video, he became more cold-hearted after Chris had got killed. And this right here was an example of that. Kane's third body was on a local St. Mary's Projects resident. And word around town, the resident was also a part of the now-known Maiden World gang that we know today. Even though Kane didn't know him at all, he had to get the money for trap. He wasn't gonna let nobody get in the way of that. The victim even tried to plead for his life, but Kane didn't give a fuck. And just like that, he caught his third body. Fast forward a couple months later, Kane's cousin had got killed. Ron City C-Thing. After Hilltop Lil Romeo had killed C-Thing, he got to dissing him heavy. And that right there had bothered Kane. And after this, the Get Back God or the Get Back Demon was born. Kane was running up on Bando in the distance, but Bando had seen him too late. Shit, he tried to flee the scene, but Kane ended up killing him. Hit him in his back multiple times with the Draco. And after this murder, Hilltop and Kane would get real familiar. MLB Oscar. Oscar had got killed due to Kane's money getting stolen by Tariq, who was also a part of the MLB gang himself, along with Oscar. Being that Oscar lived on 120th, it was only right that he'd be the first target. The way that Kane had walked up and started shooting, Kane had to leave a statement that nobody should ever play with his money, no matter who it is. You could get got, or your homie could get got as well. This documentary was on the bodies that Kane had and the reason behind why he had caught him. Rest in peace to all the 5 victims that had lost their life in the story. And I want to thank y'all for 600 subscribers, man. It's been a long journey, you know what I'm saying? 15 to 600, like that shit crazy. So I want to thank y'all, you know what I'm saying, for liking the video, running up the views and shit.